My name is Sondra Ziegler. I was elected as a national delegate. I am listed as being bound for Ted Cruz.
What got you into writing that letter? Are you forming a group that will be objecting to the election of Donald Trump at the convention?
Well, the letter references, I joined forces with a group called Free the Delegates, and it is an umbrella organization that is coordinating the efforts of probably three separate groups that had started and were running concurrently. They've all come under that umbrella of Free the Delegates to coordinate the effort to educate the delegates of their right to vote their conscience at the Republican National Convention, because we believe that the history of our party, the longstanding rules of our party, and also an examination of legal precedent shows that the delegates are in fact already free to vote their conscience if their conscience says that they just absolutely cannot vote for the person who's won the popular vote. So I'm just a part of that group, but the reason I felt compelled to write that letter, it was really three reasons. Number one, I think there's sort of a shroud of mystery of who the delegates are, and I think the vast majority of the public doesn't know who the delegates are, and may be under the impression because of things that Donald Trump said during the primary that we're the people that sit in smoke-filled rooms and that we're maybe somehow part of the party power system. But in fact, the delegates to the National Convention of the Republican Party are just everyday, ordinary people, grandmas and moms of little kids that, go and open the county headquarters office and bring cookies, to the phone bank when people are volunteering to block walk and phone bank for Republican candidates. Secondly, my goal was really to show that there are a lot of us for whom this desire to have someone other than Donald Trump is not born out of just sour grapes. Okay, I think there's an assumption that we're just a bunch of people who can't get over the fact that our first choice candidate didn't win the primary election. That's not true. This is not a normal year. Most of us who are involved in this effort would not bail on the presumptive nominee if we didn't believe the presumptive nominee were someone who was going to do great damage to our party and who is not a suitable leader of the free world. Donald Trump has not done anything to unify this party except that the majority of our party is unified in its objection to him. And 65% of our party voted for somebody else and would rather have somebody else. The third point that I really want to make is I understand that Reince Priebus and maybe some of the officials at the RNC view this effort as a hostile effort, as a potential for a hostile takeover. And I just want to put it out there that I respect the role that Chairman Priebus has and the position he's in, but our position as delegates is different. I understand that he feels duty-bound to embrace Donald Trump as the presumptive nominee from the primary election process, but the rules of our party say it's the delegates who are the highest authority of the convention. It's the delegates who are going to choose our nominee. And so I just wanted to say we don't have to be enemies. We have different roles, and you need to let us play our part. You need to let us do our job as the elected delegates to the National Convention and vote our conscience.
It seems like it's still likely that Donald Trump will be the nominee of your party. If he is the nominee of the party, will you be voting for Donald Trump?
I will not cast a vote for Donald Trump. I'll be voting for somebody else. It won't be Hillary Clinton. I'm not going to vote for Hillary Clinton, and I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump.
Okay. Well,
so I think it's important it's really important, I think, for people to understand that those of us that are a part of this, we feel like this is absolutely necessary to try to save our party.